Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid there's been some delay in the arrival of Mrs. Wilder.
Where on earth have you been?
I'm sorry, I've had a very difficult decision.
Come on, you're keeping the entire room waiting.
No, please, I have to explain
You can tell me about it later. Come on, excuse me.
Ah, here she is now. I was almost afraid you weren't coming.
Mr. Broxton, I'm sorry.
Perfectly all right, so long as you're here.
Come on, Jenny, let's take a seat over here.
Come on.
Mr. Broxton.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of first prize for the novel, Laura Ingalls Wilder. I'm sure Mrs. Wilder has a few things to say.
Finding myself in the middle of the successful world of publishing, with all the talk of possible money, fame, it's a very hard thing for a simple girl from the country to deal with. There's a feeling of confusion that I've never known before. All of a sudden, nothing simple. Nothing at all. It's even hard to tell what's really right. Most especially, putting my name on a book that really isn't mine anymore. And accepting money for that. I'm sorry. That's all I can say. Please excuse me.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's plenty of champagne. Please bear with us.
She's not going to take that award? Well, I can't.
It all happened so gradually.
Gentlemen, if you'll excuse me, please. Young lady, am I to understand from that peculiar speech you just delivered that you are backing out of this?
Yes, Mr. Broxton. And I can't tell you how sorry I am.
Then why on earth couldn't you have reached that decision before now?
Well, I tried to explain it to both of you before you put me up in front of all those people.
All right, all right. You've absolutely made up your mind.
Yes, I'm afraid so. This is what's left of the cash advance. It's nearly $40. I'll pay back the rest as soon as I can.
That will be acceptable?
And in time, all the other expenses.
That won't be necessary. We knew your terms and gambled. The fact that we lost is our financial responsibility.
I really would be terribly upset if I ruined your reception.
Young lady, the only thing that is ruined is the rare opportunity you choose to cast aside. The instant your approval clause went into the contract, I began thinking of contingencies. While I may be lacking in certain attributes, I am not a foolish man. I have acquired a novel from a young man with not a thumbnail of your talent, which Russell will easily transform into something quite respectable. The author I speak of is here today as a guest. I will now surprise him with this good news. I wish you a pleasant trip home.
Thank you. Goodbye, Russell. I admire you a great deal. Come on, Jen.
Laura. Laura. There's something I'd like to say, if you don't mind.
I think I'll wait downstairs. Run along. What is it?
Listen, I know Broxton too well. He's not saying a word to his new young author till there's been time for you to reconsider. And I beg you to do so.
Russell, the decision's already been made.
You're a fool. You know that? A fool. I know what a success that book can be. I can smell it. And you're just going to throw it all away. A chance I'd give anything to have, just once. And you throw it away.
I don't understand. You can do anything you want to. You can reach any heights. Russell, I know how well you write. I've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
Of course. I'm a marvelously gifted writer, just as long as I'm redoing somebody else's material. Why do you think I spend my life cooped up in a musty office for $20 a week? Because in my entire life, I've never turned out one acceptable paragraph of my own. Do you have any idea what that has to feel like?
Champagne, sir?
Well,
Madam?
could anything be more opportune? Yes, perhaps I shall. A fitting occasion, I must say, to break my rule. To you, dear Laura.
Go right ahead, if it'll help you wash down all your noble-sounding lies.
What?
The only reason why you drink is because you're afraid.
Afraid? Afraid of what?
To write. To do what you know you can do. Russell, that takes courage. To expose yourself to the world. I know. I was scared to death when I sent in my manuscript. But I guess courage just isn't in your department, is it, Russell? You'd rather go on hiding behind your job as an editor and drink.
"40 years later, Laura Ingalls Wilder finally had her first book published. It was only the first of many in the now famous Little House series that is so popular today. This time, no one made any changes.